questions that Christians often pose is, if we don't have the Bible, where do we get our moral sense from? And that's an interesting question. Of course, it's never posed in an honest way. What they're actually saying is we shouldn't be moral if we don't have God. But if we look at it like an honest question, where do we get this moral sense from? Because there's pretty much no question that atheists are at least as moral as Christians, if not more moral. Well, think about it like this. What are morals? Morals are social rules, right? You can't be immoral if you're just by yourself. If you're out in the middle of the jungle or in the middle of the desert, in the middle of the ocean, there's nothing you can do that's immoral. So, considering that morals are social behavior, where do we get this from? Why are we social creatures? Because, as far as I know, all mammals are social creatures. And they all show psychotic tendencies if you force them into solitary confinement for any period of time. I think, now I haven't done any research on this, but this is my own thinking. We're sexual. We reproduce by sex. Well, if we're going to reproduce sexually, then that means we need partners to reproduce with. So we're not going to reproduce sexually if we manage to alienate our partners. The other thing is, it's much easier to survive in a group than individually. You know, if you steal from your neighbor, if you're a threat to your environment or the people in your environment, they're going to do what they can to eliminate you. Whereas if you help your neighbor and they help you, you live a much easier life. So I think that we evolved social behavior and social characteristics simply because it's easier to survive this way. You know, we can help each other out and survive, whereas if we try and do it on our own, we won't. So our morals come from evolution. We evolved social behavior, we evolved social characteristics, and we evolved the need for each other. But now turn the question around and ask, why is it that the religious people feel the need that they can, or feel that they can ignore? Like, if they say that they get their morals from the Bible, then why is it that they feel that they can ignore the rules of, say, the Old Testament? There's plenty of rules in the Old Testament that no one pays any attention to. One of the most important of which is don't work on Sunday. They killed somebody in the Bible for working on a Sunday. And then, of course, Jesus in the New Testament says the Sabbath was made for man, not the other way around, not man for the Sabbath. Well, if the Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath, why did they kill the old man for picking up sticks on a Sunday?